Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start this lesson off by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to all the brothers who are still fervently preaching the word in sincerity and in faith. Shalom to all the sincere Akwath, and Shalom to the scattered Israelites who are amongst these heathen nations and look like these heathens. Now, this lesson is going to be based on a tornado that ripped through Texas, leaving at least one person killed. So, through the Spirit, I'm going to read this short paragraph of the article, get some precepts, and Lord's will, you're edified. It says at least one person has been killed in Texas after a tornado touched down just outside of the Dallas-Fort Worth area. The late night twister ripped roofs off homes and left a path of heavy damage. The severe weather threat will continue through Monday, with millions at risk of more tornadoes and damaging winds. So the wrath of the Lord is being poured out, particularly amongst the Midwest and the South here in the U.S. in the form of tornadoes. Isaiah 29:6, Thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahweh of hosts, with thunder, and with earthquake, and great noise, with storm and tempest, and the flame of devouring fire. And when you look up the definition of tempest, it means a violent windy storm, such as hurricanes or tornadoes in particular. And we've been seeing that in the Midwest and in the South, the Lord has been sending a lot of tornadoes. Sometimes it's 2 tornadoes, sometimes it's 4 tornadoes. But these tempests of the Lord are becoming a lot more frequent and a lot more destructive. Isaiah 28:2, Behold, the Lord hath a mighty and strong one, which has a tempest of hail and a destroying storm, as a flood of mighty waters overflowing shall cast down to the earth with their hand. And lately, that's what the Lord has been doing. He's been sending these destroying storms. These torrential rains that cause flooding. The lightning, the thunder, the hail. Strong winds that can snap power lines and knock over trees. And then on the more extreme end, he's been unleashing these tornadoes that tear through towns, destroy cars, destroy homes, destroy buildings. The Lord is really not messing around, and he's steady opening those gates of judgment more. Psalms 11:6, Upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire and brimstone, and in horrible tempest. This shall be the portion of their cup. So all those people in Texas or in the Midwest that are getting hit with these tornadoes of the Lord, that's their judgment. That's the judgment for those wicked people out there. Like I said in a previous lesson, the wicked people who get caught up in these judgments of the Lord, they're merely reaping what they've sown. Psalm 7:11 says that Yahweh judges the righteous, and Yahweh is angry with the wicked every day. These tornadoes sweeping through certain areas and causing all sorts of destruction and killing people, that's the anger of the Lord towards these wicked people being manifested. Psalms 83:14, as the fire burneth a wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. Verse 15, so persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. And clearly the Lord is doing just that. He's sending out these storms and tempests. And these storms and tempests of the Lord are going to get a lot more intense, and a lot more destructive, and a lot more deadly. And there's a lot of people who are going to get wounded, who are going to get killed, and who are ultimately just going to suffer from the Lord's wrath. Deuteronomy 32:39. See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no power with me. I kill, and I make alive. I wound, and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. And in this particular case, they say at least one person died. And that one person died because the Lord killed them. The Lord wanted them to die. And they died because of that tornado that the Lord visited that part of Texas with. And there was nothing that could have been done to save that person out of the hand of the Lord. You know, like it says in Hebrews 10:31, it is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. And the reason why is because there is no escape. Nobody can protect you from the wrath of the Lord. The police can't protect you. Firefighters can't protect you. You know, EMTs, doctors, they can't protect you. The military can't protect you. Your friends and family can't protect you. The Lord decides he wants to wound you or kill you, then you're going to get wounded or killed in whatever manner the Lord sees fit to make that happen. And a lot of people don't understand that. First Samuel 2:6, the Lord Yahweh killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. Yeah, so this tornado was not Mother Nature. It wasn't random. It wasn't an accident. No, this was the judgment of the Lord. Like it says in Psalms 9:16, the Lord Yahweh is known by the judgment which he executeth. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Higgaion Selah. So all of these people that are running around here being wicked and reckless and not having a care in the world, they're going to be visited by the Lord. He's going to pour out his wrath upon them. And in this particular case, that wrath was manifested in the form of that tornado that killed that one person. Job 4:7. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off? And the answer is, no one has perished being innocent. So that one person who died as a result of that tornado was not an innocent person. You know, because the Lord could have used that tornado to kill a lot more people. But he chose that one particular person. And I'm not saying that, you know, there aren't many other wicked people out in Texas. But in this particular case, the Lord just wanted to take out that one wicked person. What people don't understand is that when someone dies in a manner such as, you know, in a tornado, in a hurricane, you know, getting hit with a hailstone, you know, dying in some horrific car crash, you know, dying in a fire, you know, drowning, getting torn apart by some wild animal, you know, just intense, horrific judgments like that, that's the anger of the Lord right there. When it's such a severe judgment, that's the Lord's anger. The fact that the Lord sent out that tornado and it killed somebody, that one person was the target. And the Lord never misses. So that person was not innocent in the eyes of the Lord. That person was wicked in the eyes of the Lord. And the Lord was angry with that person. Verse 8, even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same. And that's what's happening in these last days. The Lord is pouring out his wrath upon the earth and punishing these wicked people by wounding them or killing them. This is how these wicked people are reaping what they've sown, for angering the Lord, for provoking him unto wrath with their continual wickedness. Ecclesiastes 3:1. To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Verse 2, a time to be born, and a time to die, a time to plant, and a time to pluck up that which is planted. And in this particular case, that one person who died, they perished because it was their time. And there was nothing that could have been done to save them. The Lord decided that their time was up, and he sent that tornado to complete the judgment. And best believe there's a lot more people out here that are about to die. A lot more wicked people with whom the Lord is angry with. Wicked men, wicked women, and wicked children. All over the world are about to be taken off this earth to meet their Maker. And that is merely them reaping what they have sown. And the men of the Lord, starting of course with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, have been warning and prophesying that, these dangerous judgment-filled times were going to happen. And now we're living in it. And all the people who refuse to heed those warnings, they're the ones that are going to get caught up in these judgments, because more than likely they're the targets of the Lord. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. In closing, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakudash, the Wadi Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to our brothers who are still fervently preaching the word in sincerity and in faith. Shalom to the sincere Akwath, which are the sincere sisters. And shalom to the scattered Israelites who are amongst these heathen nations and now look like these heathens. I hope you all stay strong, stay safe, stay fervent, stay circumspect, stay prayed up, and Adawan Ratazah, which means Lord's will. Till next time, shalom.